makes sense to me.
I don't usually agree with Bryan Danielson too frequently, but he raises a good point. And it sounds like these fans agree with him as well. These four men, they can't get along as tag team partners. They all want that world title shot. So it's every man for himself, four-way. The first fall wins it, and Todd Sinclair, senior official here in Ring of Honor, will officiate.
And he is certainly going to have his hands full in this matchup, especially one as important as this one. And as we're getting ready to get underway, it looks like we're getting joined, Dave, by a special guest.
Speaking of the world title, Nigel McGuinness set to defend in our next matchup after this one against El Generico. Shouldn't you be preparing, Nigel?
Well, the truth of the matter is I was just doing that. I was in the back stretching, getting ready because I'm coming out next. But to be perfectly honest with you, I am that confident, I am that assured of myself that I thought I'm going to come out here, watch some of this match, watch which one of these wankers is going to get another shot about me, and then I'll get back there and I'll beat that guy's ass in good time.
Could be El Generico perhaps facing one of these men after their match tonight.
I don't think there's any chance of that, Leotard. Any chance at all.
It's going to be Bryan Danielson starting things off with Jimmy Jacobs, a reversal of standing switches, and Bryan trying to control the arm key lock, takes Jimmy Jacobs off his feet and trying to go for the cross arm breaker. Danielson looking for the submission rather quickly here, but Jimmy Jacobs rather smartly clasping his hands together and stopping the pressure from being exerted on the elbow by Bryan Danielson, but not before he could wrench down on the arm of Jacobs, and looked like Jacobs was trying to tag, but realized it was Tyler Black, and probably smartly thought better of it.
I should raise the point here, Lenny Leonard. Jimmy Jacobs has defeated Bryan Danielson in singles matches twice now here in Ring of Honor, including once recently within the past month. So Jimmy Jacobs, he can ride that wave of momentum and defeat Bryan Danielson and earn that title shot coming up.
I don't know what could be the case, but I'm sure before it is all said and done, Tyler Black and or Austin Aries may have something to say about that. As Danielson controls the hammerlock on Jimmy Jacobs, but gets tagged with an elbow. Jacobs to the ropes, dropped down by Danielson. Up and over goes Jacobs, and a knee right to the breadbasket by the American Dragon. Goes for the big boot, but Jacobs had it scouted and quickly rolled to the outside.
Got out of harm's way before Danielson could strike. You know that Bryan Danielson wants to be the first man to be a two-time Ring of Honor World Champion. As of yet, no one has been able to do that. And I don't see it happening anytime soon because no one's taking that belt off your waist, Nigel.
You're absolutely right there, Prazak, and can I congratulate you on your very astute understanding of the wrestling business, certainly here in Ring of Honor. Can't say so much for you, Leotard. By the way, pal, how's that diabetes working out for you?
I don't have diabetes.
Sweet.
I was just about to compliment you on now being the second longest reigning Ring of Honor champion in history, surpassing Bryan Danielson's 15-month mark, closing in on the 21-month reign, the legendary reign of Samoa Joe, but I don't think I'm going to do that now.
He's going to knock Samoa Joe out of the record books and surpass that as well. And we do have a 20 count out on the floor. Austin Aries does need to get back inside the ring here.
But listen to these sheeple, as Austin Aries has so rightly called them. They're still chanting his name, even when they're just fake. They're just fickle, like he says.
Collar and elbow tie up. Aries and Danielson, no strangers to one another. Back each other into the ropes, and it's Bryan Danielson leaning back. Is he going to get a clean break? Yes, he is, surprisingly enough.
They're no strangers to one another, both as opponents as well as tag team partners here in Ring of Honor. We've seen Danielson and Aries team up in pay-per-view main events in the past.
We have, but that was a much different attitude on the part of Austin Aries at the time, and I don't think that guy works here anymore.
But we did see a clean break. They do still have a lot of respect for one another. Aries just can't respect any of these fans.
Danielson trying to escape the head scissors and able to do so. Grabs control of the legs of Austin Aries, who's trying to crawl towards the ropes. Able to make it to the bottom rope and force the break as Tyler Black closely looking on at the goings-on inside the ring.
Plus, Lenny, do you really know what's going on in the mind of Austin Aries? Do you really know what the A-Double Manifesto is all about?
I don't have the slightest idea what he's talking about half the time now. I used to have a pretty good idea, but not so much anymore. Nice reversal right there by Danielson, and again has the legs trapped. Looking for the surfboard here if he can get Austin Aries in position. He has the legs trapped. Can he get the arms now? Trying to get the wrist, but Aries reaching out. Trying to keep the arms away from Danielson, who instead grabs a hold of the face. He's got a hold of 8 double nostrils.
And he's got his wrist now as well. These two men had a series of matches against one another in singles competition in the past.
In 2007, 2008, trying to figure out who was the ace of Ring of Honor.
And just like Danielson wants to be that first 2-time Ring of Honor World Champion, the same can be said for former World Champion Austin Aries.
Stomping down on the back of the legs was Bryan Danielson. You see Aries feeling the effects as he's trying to get a little space between himself and Danielson here. Shake some feeling back into his knees, and instead looking to make the tag to Jimmy Jacobs, and I don't think Jacobs seems too enthused to do so.
So, Praise, where's your money in this match? Who do you think's really got the best chance to get another shot against Old McGuinness?
I gotta hand it to Austin Aries, I would say. He's got the right attitude. He's held the championship before, and he just smacked Tyler Black. Just baited him into that position right there, tying up the referee and buying Austin some time to walk off the effects out on the floor after doing some battle with Danielson.
I guess that was a tag of sorts.
That too.
Just paintbrush Tyler Black, and Tyler Black and Bryan Danielson going to square off, and Danielson extending the hand. Tyler Black reciprocates.
But yes, I would go with Austin Aries. We've seen Tyler Black on several occasions have opportunities to go for the world title, and he just comes up short each and every time. When it really counts for Tyler Black, he cannot pull out that big win. He is not world championship material.
Sometimes he has to do it with 12 less minutes than he's supposed to have.
That was a 60-minute draw, Lenny. And Jimmy Jacobs from behind on his former tag team partner, former member of the Age of the Fall, Tyler Black.
I think right there, that really just shows exactly why Tyler isn't ready, and he's just not going to be able to take that belt away from me. You know, made a very rookie mistake there, turned his back. Jimmy Jacobs took the opportunity. Now look, he's paying for it.
Right hand of Tyler Black, who tried to shrug it off. Black starting to get fired up here as Jacobs peppers him with lefts and rights. And Black doesn't back up an inch, and he's firing away right hands of his own. Former partner, former World Tag Team Championship partner on 2 occasions. And Jacobs quickly makes the tag to Austin Aries and gets out of dodge.
And Tyler Black and Austin Aries have had their share of matches against one another in recent months here in ROH competition as well. And they're in the ropes, referee trying to get between them and get a clean break here.
Tyler Black does indeed give him that clean break. Doesn't look like quickly enough for Austin Aries' liking as he drives the knee right into the midsection of Tyler Black and quickly grabs his side headlock.
They have exchanged victories. It was Tyler Black defeating Austin Aries just outside of St. Louis at Wrestling at the Gateway. And Austin Aries defeating Tyler Black at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City at Final Battle 2008.
Black setting Aries off the ropes, went for the drop kick, but lands on his feet after Aries put on the brakes. Side headlock takeover, right into the head scissors by Aries. Black taking a page out of Austin Aries' book, escaping the head scissors and connecting with a drop kick.
Maybe trying to get into his head a little bit, play mind game.
And a little bit of payback there with that slap to the face as well.
No, I don't want to take anything away from Tyler Black. He's a fantastic wrestler. In fact, all these guys are fantastic wrestlers. Even Generico, he's a fantastic wrestler. Even if I do hear he's a little bit of a better swimmer.
What do you mean he's a better swimmer?
You know, that's how all the Mexicans get in this country, isn't it?
Oh, come on!
They swim the river, Lenny Leonard. And there's Danielson with the dropkick, sending Aries to the floor.
Danielson all the way to the top, but Aries quickly makes his way back inside the ring, trying to escape that predicament that Bryan Danielson was certainly about to put him in. European uppercut by Danielson, and he is starting to pick up the pace here.
And once again, these two men who battled over the title of being the ace of Ring of Honor at one time are now fighting for a championship opportunity, Lenny.
Hard kick to the chest, and Bryan Danielson starting to show the importance of this matchup as he is becoming very, very aggressive here with the advantage on Austin Aries. Danielson off the ropes, head of steam, and a drop kick sends Aries all the way through the ropes and out to the floor. But Aries trying to put on the brakes, skins the cat back inside the ring, but right into the hands of Bryan Danielson for another uppercut. All the way out to the floor. Austin Aries in the front row. Fans getting an up-close and personal look at the action as Danielson makes his way to the top. Jacobs throws him off the top to the floor.
And there you go. That's what you have to understand in a match like this. You've got to keep your eyes on every one of your other opponents, or else something like that is going to happen to you. You know, I was just watching this match, and I'll be perfectly honest with you. If I was going to be in a match like this, what I would try and do is stay out of the ring as much as I possibly can, because the person who wins this is going to be the person who, at the end of the match, has the most energy that can either steal the pinfall, steal a submission, but had his head in the right place when he needs to.
It's actually a very good strategy, and right now it looks like Jimmy Jacobs was the one who was trying to utilize that strategy himself, as he now makes the tag in, now that he has the advantage on Bryan Danielson and just stomping away in the corner.
Yeah, why not? Let the other guys do the damage, and when you have that right opportunity to jump in that ring and go for a cover and get that victory, that's exactly how you're going to pull out the win and earn a title shot. Now it's Jimmy Jacobs chopping down across the chest of American Dragon.
Goes for the cover. Danielson able to kick out.
Jimmy Jacobs known for the end time guillotine choke submission. Could be the way that he puts away Danielson once again here in Ring of Honor competition.
Just stomping away repeatedly and then drops down across the midsection. All the while blowing a kiss to Tyler Black.
Just trying to get in his head once again. We heard before this match began, the fans chanting best in the world at Bryan Danielson. And he doesn't have that title, so obviously he's not the best in the world. It's Nigel McGuinness. At the same time, because of the fact that he has lost to Jimmy Jacobs, if anybody is better than Bryan Danielson right now, it's Jimmy. Perhaps the other two men in the match, too.
I'm sure before this is all said and done, Bryan Danielson's going to have something to say about just who the best wrestler in the world is.
It's just unfortunate, fifth best wrestler in the world just doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
Absolutely not.
Right now, Danielson in trouble in the corner. Aries stomping away. Todd Sinclair asking Bryan if he wants to continue.
Danielson had his day as world champion. He at one time was at the top of the wrestling business, but his day has come and gone and is the era of McGuinness, and Danielson does land on his feet, though.
Gets the ropes. Tyler Black makes the tag and off the top. Wiping out Austin Aries and then dragging Jimmy Jacobs in, and he's going to town on both Aries and Jacobs. Right hand on the top of the head of Jacobs.
A house of fire, Tyler Black here. Maybe he will earn another championship opportunity against Nigel McGuinness, but when it comes right down to it, he will only fail again.
Well, he has defeated Nigel McGuinness in non-title opportunities.
That's non-title. That doesn't count.
It also means that he made Nigel count the lights.
You better watch what you say, Leotard. I'm very close to you, pal.
Missile drop kick. And Danielson somehow back to his feet. Where's he getting this energy?
Running forearm in the corner, wipes out Jimmy Jacobs, and then takes down Tyler Black as well. Danielson in command, right knee strike. Cover. Only two. Going for the arms. Cover mutilation.
In a singles match, you would have to say he could very easily get the win here, but there's two other wrestlers that, if they're smart, they're going to come in and break this up.
Well, Tyler able to escape. Back to his feet. Only two. Paroxysm.
Can't put Danielson away. You gotta wonder, I say he always can't come through in the clutch during title matches. Can he even earn another one? Can the Phoenix Splash bring it to Tyler Black?
All the way to the top, but Aries from behind breaks it up. Rake in the back by Aries. Tyler still hung up on the top, and a flying knee strike from Danielson wipes out Aries. Danielson quickly to the top now. Jacobs up on the apron, makes the tag.
He is the legal man now.
Belly to back superplex.
But Jacobs is legal. Cover!
No!
And that's exactly what Nigel was talking about earlier. You gotta wait for the right moment to go for that cover and go for the win. Jimmy Jacobs, a thinking man's wrestler.
Right hands on the top of the head by Jacobs. He's got Black stunned. Waiting for Tyler. Oh, he just spit in his face. Go for the contra code.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. No! Countered
all the way down to the floor.
And he hit hard.
Now perhaps Tyler Black's turn to take a chance. Aries from the outside trips him up.
And you got to keep your eye on all of your opponents in a four-way.
Drop kick in the corner by Aries.
And now the man that my money is on in this matchup, Austin Aries, set to soar.
Oh, miscommunication. He just wiped out Jimmy Jacobs. Tyler Black over the top.
And that's a risk there that I'm not sure he really should have been taking. I didn't see how he landed, but it looks like he got hurt as much as anybody else.
They're all putting their bodies on the line just to get an opportunity to get lariated by Nigel McGuinness. It's actually kind of funny when you really think about it.
It's assuming Nigel McGuinness walks out of Chicago with the world title.
Oh, he will.
Three men continuing to do battle on the floor. Bryan Danielson inside the ring. Aries and Jacobs come together one more time, courtesy of Tyler Black. Tyler underneath the bottom rope to break the count, and gets drop kicked down into the seats by Bryan Danielson.
All of Danielson's opponents over the barricade and inside the crowd now.
Bryan could get a count out win here, but doesn't look that's like he was going for. Wipes them all out with a dive.
Let's take another look at it. Bryan Danielson soaring into the crowd. Looks like he doesn't want that count-out victory. And there's Big Bison Smith.
Powerbomb on the floor.
Bison Smith from Japan, he doesn't even work for Ring of Honor. He's been attacking competitors on ROH events during the past several weeks. He wants to send a message, and said when he does, he just attacked a former Ring of Honor world champion here tonight.
What the hell is he doing here?
The crowd is in awe. I know Bison Smith personally from wrestling in Pro Wrestling Noah. He's a monster. He will kill anybody he wants to kill. And right now, I have to be honest, I'm quite glad he wants to kill Danielson.
For whatever reason, Bison Smith has targeted American Dragon. He might be out of commission for the remainder of this match.
Well, Todd Sinclair, unaware of what's gone on, he was dealing with the other competitors in this matchup, didn't see what happened to Bryan Danielson, and now it's Austin Aries going at it with Tyler Black. Trading shots right in the center of the ring. Series of right hands by Tyler Black. Big right hand, down goes Aries.
It was God's last gift, the small package driver that pinned Austin Aries in the St. Louis area. Hot shot right there by Aries, one step ahead of Tyler Black.
Aries back to his feet. Tyler trying to do so as well. Leaping enziguri. And Aries is wobbly legged, hung up in the ropes. Right into the hands of Tyler Black. In time.
This could be it. Jimmy Jacobs with the end time cinched in on his former stablemate.
Once again, Jimmy is proving my point. He waited to the right opportunity, and now he's in a predicament where he can very easily get that title shot.
Driven into the turnbuckles by Tyler Black. And Aries from behind with a rake to the back.
He's effectively utilized that back rake twice now in this match and delivers the drop kick connecting with Jimmy Jacobs.
Yeah, but he was trying to hit Tyler Black. Miscommunication right there.
Jacobs dumped to the canvas. But Aries breaks up the pin.
Just in the nick of time, Austin Aries able to save Jimmy Jacobs from certain doom right there that, well, partially responsible for was Aries.
The question is, which of these three men is going to earn that title shot? I don't think Danielson has any life left in him at this point.
Move to the midsection by Tyler. Got Aries up. Look at that powerbomb in the corner. Sunset flip attempt by Aries. Spear by Jacobs. Only two.
Quite the pinning predicament.
He had Jimmy Jacobs and Austin Aries driving his shoulders to the canvas, but still got the shoulder up, and there it is. Tempers starting to flare. We kind of knew it was going to happen at some point.
Well, they do not like one another. They certainly could not have functioned as tag team partners.
Well, they're trying to do that here as they continue to battle their common enemy, the hated Tyler Black.
We're up in the trio woe in the corner now.
They may not like each other very much, but they need to remember that they hate Tyler Black even more.
Aries letting Jacobs go. No, he's getting an assist here. Running knee in the corner. Oh, shades of Tyler Black and Jimmy Jacobs double team right there. That was a move that was very effective for them as tag team champs. Double cover, no. Again, Tyler able to kick out.
Even if both of them were to pin Tyler Black right there,
Then who wins?
they can't both get the title shot, and now they're realizing that and getting in one another's faces.
Knee to the gut by Aries. Pitches Jimmy out to the floor, but Jacobs hanging on. We better watch out for that powerbomb. Nails it. Aries down to a knee. Black getting fired up. Spear by Jacobs. Rob. He got him.
You gotta be kidding. Another shot for Tyler Black.
Here is your winner, Tyler Black.
How many times is he gonna get a shot against me?